Hey y'all, welcome. I'm Radish, and right now I'm in Mount Rainier National Park in the state of Washington. And over the next 2.5 days, I'm going to be taking you with me on a journey called the Tatoosh Traverse. The Tatoosh Traverse is a famous traverse of the Tatoosh Range, which forms the southern boundary of Mount Rainier National Park. The route follows the range from east to west, starting with the easternmost peak, and then you bag every peak in the range until the westernmost peak. In the end, we'll bag somewhere between 10 and 12 peaks of the Tatoosh Range. And being a traverse, it is an off-route adventure, so the vast majority of travel is going to be off-trail navigation. Now, I'm here with my friends Ashley and Wyatt, and tonight we're going to hitchhike from Longmire, which is the western end of the route where we are right now, to the start at the eastern end of the route. And when we get to the eastern start point, we're going to hike in the dark until we get to Snow Lakes, make camp, and then the next day we will climb up and start the Tatoosh Traverse. Now from here on out, if you've watched my videos, you know I'm not going to do much talking to give you a chance of an immersive wilderness experience. But hang around until the end, and if you're interested, I'll be going over the route we took, the challenges we face, and any tips and tricks to help you if you are planning a Tatoosh Traverse of your own. All right, let's get to it.
Nice.
All right, we are safely back in Longmire and at the end of the Tatoosh Traverse. Now in a minute, I'm going to be going through our route, highlights, challenges, and tips and tricks to help you if you want to hike the Tatoosh Traverse. But before I do that, take a minute and subscribe to my channel below, like this video, and then head on over to Instagram and follow me at radishuprooted. I share a lot of content on there that I don't share here on YouTube. All right, with that, let's get into the route. So we parked our car at the western terminus of the route in the small national park lodge of Longmire. And then we hitchhiked in the dark 10 miles up the road to the eastern trailhead, which is Snow Lakes Trailhead. And that night we hiked about 1.5 miles in the dark to Snow Lakes and just threw our pads down on the ground and got some sleep before sunrise. Now on our first full day, we left the trail at Snow Lakes and we started our cross-country navigation. So we headed up a gully and the first peak that we bagged was Unicorn Peak. After that, we hit Boundary Peak, Foss Peak, Castle Peak, Pinnacle Peak, and then we hit Plummer Peak for the sunset. We set up camp right at the base of Plummer Peak. Now, out of all of those peaks, Unicorn was definitely the most challenging, the most exposed, and the most technical. It was probably somewhere like a 5.4, 5.5 climb. Now, we didn't bring any ropes or rappel gear with us on this trip because we just wanted to be able to do what we could fast and light. If we were to do this again, rappelling would help on a lot of the sketchy climbs. A lot of these peaks have either stone pillars on top that you can safely set up a rappel system and rappel back down, or a lot of them even have rappel rings already there from previous users. The other peaks that we did on day one were probably a class 4, maybe a low class 5, but nothing that really made us too concerned. So on day 2, we woke up at the base of Plummer and we ran up Denman Peak to start the morning, and then headed over and climbed Lane Peak. And after that, there's really long and painful bushwhack to get over to Wahpenayo Peak. And from there, the last 2 peaks were Chulta Peak and Eagle Peak before we descended down into Longmire, finishing the traverse where we are right now. Now, out of the peaks on day 2, Lane Peak was definitely the most technical. It was probably a low class 5, maybe 5.3. But it was a pretty long climb and it was just super exposed, especially the top. It was a classic pyramid summit. But the peak that definitely gave us the most trouble was Wahpenayo. Just the bushwhacking and the route finding and constantly getting cliffed out and having to reroute and find new ways over to the ridge to gain the summit. That took us a lot longer than we were planning. Again, on day 2, we didn't have ropes, rappel gear, climbing gear, anything like that. I don't think personally, for my risk tolerance or anyone in my group, that any of that gear was necessary for this entire trip, at least going up. A lot of the routes rappelling down would have definitely been more comfortable than down climbing solo. Well, there you have it. That is the Tatoosh Traverse. Again, I'm Radish. If you liked what you saw here, head over to my channel and check out some of my other adventures with backpacking, mountaineering, climbing. Hit that subscribe button and we will see you next time. Happy trails, y'all.